Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We're taking a quick look here at XRP, seeing what's going on. Just going to double check a few key factors before we kind of jump into the charts here, such as some back-end data, of course, and just kind of recognize, generally speaking, where we're at with liquidation. This coin has tons of liquidation data, especially if you zoom into smaller time frames. If you look at this here, wow, 58 cents. That is a pretty solid amount of, well, not only resistance, but also, more important, just a heavy amount of liquidation that could be swept at one point. Now, is the price going to shoot up to that level tomorrow? Probably not. We need a lot more to happen between now and then, such as breaking this descending trend, as well as Bitcoin pulling its head successfully from its ass. There's that stuff too, right? So again, if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Hope you can learn something today. If you want to become a better trader, CryptoCash.tech is a site. Link down below. Got a trading academy community and signals group. Really awesome. Check that out in your own time. Thanks again to my community members for, well, not only liking and following the video here, but more importantly, just being an amazing part of my life. Deeply appreciate you all. Thank you so much. So 58 cents here. That's just a point of contention, just kind of letting you know that's heavy concentration. 53 is the next level down in case the price were to pull back. So just know heavy, heavy, heavy concentration liquidation here and a very small amount right here. Okay, so just generally kind of the range that we're in. While we're closer to this one down here, it would make perfect sense for that to be swept. Really just depends on, obviously, Bitcoin again. I kind of got to preface every video with that just because Bitcoin's been such a pain in the ass lately that it's causing a lot of altcoins to do really strange things. But now that altcoin dominance is starting to increase, we can kind of understand that Bitcoin dominance is pulling back, and that's a very good sign here, right? So if this can continue to pull back, it's actually hitting a trend line resistance. I think we're in good shape here to start seeing some alts start to surge here soon. So I'm not saying we're alt season just yet, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. So what we're going to look at here, I guess, first of all, is a couple of key factors here for XRP. Let's look at the daily and kind of work our way down, first of all. Okay, so when we look at the daily time frame here, we can register and understand here, I talked about this previously, that we're kind of in between some important moving averages. We're below the 200 and the 100, but above the 50 tentatively and the 20, of course. Okay, so the reason why that's good to know is just because, generally speaking, being above the 50 and the 20 is kind of like the initial trend, and we want to be above that. Okay, so closing today, I would say at 54.3 would be ideal. Closing below that might be somewhat of a bearish divergence. Okay, so again, it doesn't mean the sky's going to fall because of that. It just kind of implies that that's roughly what we're looking at here for the daily. Generally speaking, we're also above 50 on the R side. Not a fantastic sign, but it is good nonetheless being above it, but it's not great that we're testing it, right? So truth is, staying above that level would be helpful. So a pivot and no further decrease in value right now would be ideal. Money flow index is coming down, stochastic swinging down, and of course we got MACD trying to diverge. So these are all bearish signs, kind of letting us know that a pullback could continue for XRP. Taking a look at the 4-hour time frame, we can kind of register here a couple of things. First of all, let's pull out our fibs just a little bit further and double check. Well, we're above the 100 and the 200 on the 4-hour. Those are positive. You can see it kind of riding above that, which is good. We've also got, if we take a look at the volume here too, we can see there's a ton of volume down below, but if we zoom in and kind of just focus on the most recent price action here, we can see the largest amount of volume is, drumroll please, right at about 56 cents even. Okay, so that's going to be one of our resistance levels. Make sure you recognize that the price returns to that level, that range. We'll probably see some initial rejection. Okay? Taking a look here, of course, at stochastic swinging upwards. That's a positive sign. Money flow index almost bottomed out, but RSI is still in that sub 50 range. Not a great look here for the 4-hour time frame. MACD is trying to converge, but hasn't yet and won't for a while. So really, there's nothing here telling us that, hey man, the price is going to take off from here, right? There's really nothing. Minus that incentive of 58 cents being a massive amount of liquidation, there's really no reason why the price would recover as long as Bitcoin, does what it's supposed to. In other words, if Bitcoin does pull back, then we're going to see a further pullback from XRP. If Bitcoin stays the same, we're going to see a slow crawl to the upside from XRP. Now, again, my speculation with the way things are forming right now, Bitcoin maintaining its range, if we can stay, just say 51.5 or higher throughout the week here, close this week here strong for Bitcoin, I think this weekend is going to be a solid increase for alts because they've been bleeding out for 48, 72 hours. It's been a pretty big sell-off, and it just makes sense for them to be able to recover. Okay. Now, again, they could all leg down again once more if Bitcoin pulls back. But if it doesn't, then I think we have a shot. Take a look here at Ichimoku Cloud on the hourly. Same scenario as we were seeing with most coins. Lagging span is not free and clear. Conversion line is barely above the baseline. We're still under the cloud. So once more, all the more reason why we want to have a closure at 55 or 56 cents or higher to be able to have some confirmation letting us know we're above this range. Okay? Again, this is not a fantastic situation by any stretch, but it could be a lot worse. Okay, so again, it's basically telling us we don't want to open a short position now. That's a good sign, right? We want to recognize that. So I wouldn't recommend a short on pretty much any altcoin at this exact moment unless you firmly believe Bitcoin is going to pull back. I personally think Bitcoin is going to be able to hold the range of 51 to 53,000 for, unfortunately, a lot longer. So until we can break above that 52K mark, I think we're going to be in a situation where XRP is probably going to be on the struggle bus for a little while. So to those who are holding the XRP long, I have no problem holding this open longer personally. Again, it's a very loose trade. We have a stop loss underneath 50 cents. I think 50 cents is just a massive amount of support. So there's no reason for us to presume the price action will continue too much lower than that, right? But it's going to stabilize here shortly. Once again, pending Bitcoin doesn't continue to run to the downside, right? So pay attention to Bitcoin. That's really the bottom line here. So if you want to know what XRP is doing, maybe watch my Bitcoin daily analysis. If not, that's cool too. Make sure you do double check, of course. You can trade XRP on Bitunix, phenomenal exchange. Link down below to register. You get some really good rewards if you use my link to register. We're going to have a trading competition month end as soon as they add 200 trading pairs to the exchange. And that's a $10,000 prize pool split among, we have 300-400 members. So it's going to be cool. Check it out. If you haven't already, if you have questions, go ahead and reach out. Otherwise, I hope you learned something here today. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and following. Preferably just liking every video would be really helpful, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks again for your time.